I would be speaking on managing post-laser vision correction ectasia. No financial interest in the presentation. So post-LASIK ectasia typical presentation is with progressive corneal thinning and steepening, usually inferiorly with loss of UCV and BCVA associated with increased myopia and irregular astigmatism. Good thing for all of us is that incidence is very low, 0.04 to 0.9%, and average time of onset varies from 1 week to 62 months. Risk factors have been taken off, such as keratoconus, high myopia, low residual stromal bed thickness, excessive ablation or thick flap creation, small optic zone, formifrosty keratoconus, PMCD, and undetermined factors. Regarding ectasia management, first thing is to arrest the progression of ectasia, which can be done by collagen cross-linking and its modification. And the second part is visual rehabilitation with contact lenses such as RGP, mini-scleral, or scleral contact lenses, intracorneal ring segments, and in advanced cases with deep anterior lamellar keratoplasty and PK. Sometimes combination of treatment is required for final visual rehabilitation. So first we stabilize the cone to prevent progression of keratoconus, then we flatten the cone and reduce the refractive error with Intex and other ICRS. Third, we can correct the refractive error and aim at metropias once the stabilization of keratoconus is done with the help of ICLs. And in advanced cases, then we can choose between DALK and PK. Collagen cross-linking is the modality which increases the rigidity of corneal collagen and thus reduce the likelihood of further ectasia. Along with combination of UV radiation and photoactivation with riboflavin, production of oxygen-free radical is done, and there is formation of cross-links between CH2 and H links in the collagen fibers. So there are various machines. The conventional one uses Dresden protocol, in which the duration of treatment is more, and the accelerated one which has less duration of treatment. But what we routinely use is the intermediate duration treatment, where 9 milliwatt for 10-minute exposure is given. The most effective is the conventional one. The accelerated one are found to be less effective, and the reason being responsible is the time duration for which oxygen comes in the contact with the cornea. So post-LASIK ectasia patient, they do not respond as better as the keratoconus patient. So there are certain reasons that there are biomechanical differences caused by the LASIK flap, possible differences in the riboflavin diffusion rate in post-LASIK corneas, especially at the flap interface. Intrinsic pathophysiological differences between keratoconus and ectasia may all contribute to the different responses, and so the response is not as robust as in keratoconus patients. Intracorneal rings, they act as spacing agents which flatten the cornea. They are made up of PMMA. Different types are available. The common ones are Intex, Ferrara, and now the Indian BioRing is also being used. Intex work by shortening the arc length of the cornea. It flattens on and in between the segment tips and cause steepening on the segment body. Depending upon the diameter, the smaller the diameter, the greater is the correction, and the greater the thickness, the greater is the correction. So this is a video showing Intex being done. So after the docking is done, a good applanation is applied. And once the proper centration is done, then we start femtosecond laser firing to create the circular channels. The channel is opened by a vertical opening incision. Then with the specialized spatula, we open both the channels and carefully implant the segments, first in the difficult direction, then in the easy direction. It is always preferred to implant the thicker ring first and the thinner ring later on. And then the opening channel is sutured. This is the Schimflux imaging showing the intracorneal ring segment in position. So how to go ahead with intracorneal ring segment and CXL? Should we go with sequential CXL and ICRS or simultaneous? So CXL followed by CRS progression is first arrested by collagen cross-linking and corneal rigidity is improved, corneal shape normalized by intracorneal ring segment. Mechanical flattening effect is less than predicted ICRS, but there is delay of 6 to 8 months in visual recovery. Simultaneous CXL and ICRS gives maximal flattening effect with ICRS and further progression arrested by collagen cross-linking more than a simple additive effect when done simultaneously. Now coming to this case, patient left eye when presented to us had K1 of 40.2 and K2 43.1. But patient was lost to follow up, and when she presented back to us, there was progression of keratoconus and C3R was done in these settings. But post-pregnancy, patient had progression in the left eye, while the right eye, this was K1 and K2 were 39.9 and 41.9 at presentation, but post C3R it improved to 37.7 and 40.2. But during pregnancy, right eye was stable because this patient had undergone both C3R and index in the right eye, and it was stable during pregnancy. So what was this case taught us that ICRS is a useful treatment modality for post-LASIK ectasia compared to C3R alone. We also know that prevention is better than cure. So depending upon different keratorefractive procedures, since the anterior cornea is the strongest because of the oblique arrangement of the corneal fibers. In PRK, we don't have to create the flap, so we leave more residual stromal bed. In LASIK, both flap and ablation leads to the loss of anterior stroma, but in SMILE, both Bowman membrane and anterior stroma are left behind, and the lenticule is usually taken from the mid and posterior stroma. So compared to LASIK, PRK and SMILE has more biomechanical superiority, and the role of extra has been taken off by Dr. Ritika very well. And these are the indications for doing extra procedures preoperatively while treating refractive procedures. So take-home message is careful screening necessary before planning refractive surgery. PRK and SMILE presumed to have reduced risk of ectasia due to better corneal biomechanics. New modalities of combining CXL with laser vision correction is available, and Intex plus CXL still give a good uncorrected visual acuity after ectasia. Thank you.